Facebook is not letting me color my screen this time. All right, let's move this back. There we go. All right. So, happy Friday, guys. I think that my head is going to explode from all the shit that's in there right now. There are so many words that have to come out. I've been writing up a storm this morning, recording videos, now doing a live stream, writing emails, guest posts, posts for my content for my membership site, content for my, oh my God, like it's only, what is it? It's like 11:30 and I've been writing since about 9, so 2.5 hours. Plus I wrote for about an hour this morning as well before I got the kids off to school. So it's just pouring out. And I think that it came because of the live stream that I did last night where I was talking about how important it is to show up as yourself, you know, online and off, and how so many people are not doing that. And it's frustrating, but more than anything, it's sad because when you're not showing up as yourself, you're showing up as, you know, a fake version of you. And the fake version of you ain't going to make any money, and you're not going to be happy, and you're just going to be frustrated and stressed out and fucking broke, honestly. What kind of life is that? So the whole reason we became entrepreneurs, right? Not that we became entrepreneurs, we're pretty much born entrepreneurs, but the reason that we do what we do every single day is because, number one, and most importantly, we want to make an impact. We want to improve the lives of others with our work. But also, we want to get paid for the work we're putting out there, being ourselves. And so, hence my big blow up yesterday about getting paid to be you. Getting paid to you. I know, isn't it awesome? It says later haters. Totally fitting for this week. Oh my God. So today I want to talk about the most important thing. The most important thing in your business, in your life in general. And that is never having to put on that facade, never having to walk on eggshells around people. That is making sure that you are the only person that you're taking orders from. Instead of, you know, for example, this is the example that I used yesterday where my mom asked me why I don't dress professionally in my photos, and why I don't dress professionally in general, I guess. And that's because I ain't professional. I never claimed to be professional, Mom. So the whole point is that I show up as me, truly, truly me, like who I really am. This is driving me crazy how this is right in my face. There we go. Who I really am as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a coach, as a mother, as a wife, whatever. I'm 100% myself. And when I be that person, me, things are easier. Things are way more fun. I'm more excited to actually get up and do the work. And there's a lot of work you have to do every day. If you want to make a ton of money online and make a huge impact in the world, you are going to need to do a fuck ton of work. And sometimes that's going to be work that you just don't feel like doing. Right? And I've had many of these days. I probably have them, you know, at least once a week where I'm just like, I don't want to. I want to stay in bed. I want to sleep in. I want to watch Netflix all day. You know, like that stuff is going to happen. It's going to come up. We're human, right? Like we're not wired to not crave those moments. Like it's going to happen. And the important thing is that you need to get up and do the work anyway. And the only way that you can do that without wanting to kill yourself or kill somebody else is by loving what you do. And then the only way to love what you do is to do the things that just come naturally to you, the things that feel good to you. And so, I had this conversation with somebody the other day too, where she was asking me what she should sell. She was saying, she's a business coach. She was saying, what kind of things should I sell that will make the most money, or will make money the fastest, or will get me my first client, or whatever, right? Like, that was her overall question for me. And the issue with that way of thinking is, sure, there's going to be things that she could put out immediately and people will be like, oh my God, I need that, right? Like, where do I go to buy that? But more often than not, what really happens is you put this stuff out there that supposedly is going to do really well. Supposedly it's what people want. Supposedly it's what's going to make the most money. And what happens is instead is that the sales they either don't happen or they fall completely flat. They're nowhere near where you want or expected them to be. And this happens because you yourself are not completely 100%, in love with what it is you're creating. You just don't love it. And the reason you create it is because you thought that that's what you had to do. You thought that you needed to create it. You thought that this is where the money was going to come from. You thought that this is what people were going to spend the most money on. And that's the big issue, is creating shit that you don't want to create because you think it will make you the most money. What you need to do instead is create the stuff that you want to create. Right? Like, it seems so obvious that I don't understand why more people don't do it. But at the same time, I've been there too. I've created things that I thought, oh, well, this is going to make a fuck ton of money. Like, people are just going to run, like, trample each other to get this, right? And then it doesn't work. Maybe you get a couple sales, maybe you get no sales. And that happens because you just don't give a shit about what you're saying. You may think you do in the beginning. You may be really excited, but you're not really excited about what you're selling. You're really excited about the potential to make a lot of money. And then when you notice that the sales aren't happening, when you notice that the money isn't coming in as fast and furious as you thought it would, that's when you start to realize, well, shit, I don't even like this. I don't even care about this. I don't even want to be selling this. Why did I waste my time putting this together? That is what will happen. If it hasn't happened to you already, it will happen if you keep going down the path of creating things that you think you should create simply because you think that is where the money is. Because here's the truth. The money is in your overall message. That's where the money is. I've said this a million times, people are not buying your fucking course. They're not buying your package. They're not even buying your mentorship, right? They're buying you and they're buying your message. So if you're not super clear on what the fuck your message actually is, good luck making money, right? Like, good fucking luck making money. It's not gonna happen. It's just not consistently anyway. Maybe you'll get lucky and make a little bit, but it's not gonna be consistent. Not even close. It's so irritating seeing people create stuff that makes no sense for their brand, right? It happens a lot. It happens a lot. And that's the other thing too, is that people notice, right? People can tell when you put something out there and it just doesn't fit with who you are and how you are online, your message, your branding. It just doesn't make sense, right? I've seen this happen a million times. For so many, and even like really successful people that are out there, the entrepreneurs that you think are just killing it online, they'll put something out there and you're like, what the fuck is that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why is she putting this out there? She doesn't do this kind of stuff, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I mean, I don't know what their sales end up being, but I can guarantee they're nowhere near where they thought they'd be. Just for the signups, they swear. They think the bait and switch is going to get them. Yeah. That's the thing though, is the sales don't usually happen, not to the level that you want them to or expect them to anyway. So it's like, you have to, it's not just about being yourself, which of course is like the overall message here is you need to be yourself. Yes. You need to be 100% fully authentically you, online and offline, if you want to attract the right people, the right clients, the right friends into your life and into your, circle. you have to be yourself. But then it's also when it comes to the creation piece, when it comes to actually getting your message out there and being online and offline really, and just saying what you need to say and selling what you need to sell, that's when the money's going to flow a lot easier than you just putting something out there because you think, hey, people are going to buy this. This is where all the money is. Everybody's selling a course on, you know, how to manifest money. People are putting out courses all the time on mindset. People are putting out courses all the time on how to get your first paying client or how to make your first 10K, right? Like you'll see this shit everywhere. And the reason is because for most of those people anyway, the reason is because they think that that's where the money lies. They think, oh, well, if, you know, if so-and-so is putting out this course on how to make 10K in a month, well, obviously I should put something out there too, because that's, you know, that's what people are buying. And it's just not the case. The reason that the successful entrepreneurs are able to consistently bring in 10K, 20, 30, 50, 100 plus K a month consistently, being the key word there, is because the stuff that they're creating is not the stuff that they're told to create. It's not the stuff that they think they should create and sell. It's the stuff that they want to create and sell. That's it. I mean, it can't get much simpler than that. Show up and be you and sell whatever the fuck you want. That's it. I mean, done. Like I could end this live stream right here and be like, go get some money. And that's all you have to do. But the problem is that most people won't do that because they're like, oh, that sounds too good to be true. That can't be it. And I know from personal experience, I know from working with clients who have done this, that that is the case. It is not too good to be true. That's exactly how it works. So if you're not making the money that you want to be making, if you're attracting people into your life that you don't want in your life, if you're attracting people who, you know, clients who don't do the work and then complain to you that they didn't get results when really it was them, they didn't do the work. If you're attracting clients that you just can't stand, that's your fault. That's not their fault. It's not even their fault, you know, if they don't get results, because you're the one who attracted that person who was not going to do the work and get the results. So ultimately, your success or your failure is 100% you. It's up to you. It can be your fault or it can be your win, right? You can succeed or you can fail, but the only way to actually go out there and succeed over and over and over and over again, consistently, day after day, is to, number one, be yourself. Yes, very important, be yourself, but also create and sell the things that you want to create and sell. That's it. Create and sell what you want to create and sell. And so, sure, there are times when you're going to want to go out there and ask people, what do you want to buy from me? What do you really need right now? What are you really passionate about? Whatever, right? There are times where you do want to check in with your community and see, okay, where are they right now? Where are their heads? What are they thinking? What do they really want from me? I choose to win. That's right. And you will. Like, what do they want from me, right? You're going to ask that from time to time. But ultimately, whether or not you decide to go through with it, you decide to create what they told you that they wanted or needed, whether or not you decide to do that has to come from inside you. You have to decide, well, yeah, you know, 100 people just told me they want this course on XYZ, but I just don't feel like talking about that. Then you can't do it, right? Like, yeah, you could bring in a whole heap of money, but the work that would have to go into that would just be so daunting and draining. And to be honest with you, it's probably going to end up being a shitty final product anyway, because you're not 100% into it and 100% passionate about it. And maybe you will be one day. Maybe it's just not right now, even though that's what people are telling you they want right now. But if you are creating things from a place of, oh, well, I have to, because this is what people are saying they want, then you're just not going to be successful that way. You're going to be very unhappy. You're going to have the wrong people in your life that just suck you dry of your energy, and you're not going to be bringing in the money that you want, because what you essentially want, right, in your business is to make money, yes, but it's more important to make money in a way that feels fun, in a way that is actually easy, and in a way where you don't have to struggle with it. You don't have to, feel that sense of desperation where it's like, oh my God, I have to get a client. I have to pay this bill, or I'm going to be out on the street if I don't get this client. You don't want to have to work like that. You don't want it to get to the point where you feel scared and you feel like, oh my God, if this doesn't happen, like my life is over, right? And we've all been there. We've all been there. And it's not fun. What is way more fun is to sell whatever the hell you want to sell and make money doing that. Then when you get up every day and you work, it doesn't even feel like work, right? Like I was at the hair salon a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week actually. I'm getting ahead of myself. And my hairstylist was asking me, she's like, oh, it must be so great for you to take, time off work whenever you want, come get your hair done or do whatever. And I was like, oh, well, I don't take time off work. Like I was confused for a second. Right? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I never take time off. She's like, oh, well, how did you manage to get away today so you could come get your hair done? And I was like, well, I'm not getting away. I'm just working somewhere else, right? I was like, and that's really when it clicked for me, where I was like, this is a woman who comes to work every day, is working for 10 plus hours every day, because it's her salon, so she's there all the time. She can turn it off at the end of the night, right? Like she goes home and she's like, okay, now it's family time, right? Now it's family time, now it's personal time, now it's this time, but it's not work time. Work time will start again in the morning when I get to the building, I walk in the door, then it's work time. And I guess what she didn't realize about me was that that's not how I do things, right? Like I am working 24/7, and I told her that. I said, this is work for me right now, as she's like cutting my hair. I'm like, this is work for me. She's like, well, what do you mean this is work for you? Like how does this work for you? And I was like, well, first of all, I was just, talking to clients while my hair was getting dyed. So I was sitting there waiting for it to set. I was like, I was on my phone talking to clients. I was following up with potential clients. I was working on details for a new program. I was working, right? And when she said like, well, how does this work for you now? And I was like, you know what, this is actually, getting my hair done is part of my brand as well, right? Like normally it's red, so that would really be part of my brand. But it's more me living my life, and I am getting paid to be me and to live my life and to share my stories and to share my message and to say whatever I want to say and sell whatever I want to sell. Like that is my business model per se, if you want to call it a business model. And so she gonna wrap her mind around that. She was like blown away. And I think that that's how it is for a lot of people, is they don't realize that when you have a business like this where you do get paid to just be yourself and you make a lot of fucking money doing it, and you do it in a way that's actually fun and easy, and you're just creating whatever the hell you want to create and getting paid to just open your mouth and letting words come out, it seems impossible until you go through it, until you get there and you realize, holy shit, this is actually true. This shit actually works. And I think it's one of those things where you can take my word for it, or you can experience it yourself, right? And that's really why, like I mentioned this morning, that I'm doing that workshop, which is, be different, get paid to be you. And what that is essentially is, it's not just a course on how to be yourself, like how to be yourself, but it's more how to show up authentically as you. Because I think in business, a lot of times what we tend to do is we gloss over certain things, right? In our lives, where we're like, oh, well, I want to appear in a certain way. I don't want people to think this about me or that about me. I want them to think I'm perfect, right? Like, even if you're not saying that, subconsciously, that's what goes on for a lot of us. And so that's essentially what this workshop is going to be, is teaching you how to really bust through those mindset blocks that are really keeping you stuck in your business right now and keeping you in a place where not only are you not bringing in the money that you want to be bringing in, but more importantly, you're not having fun with your business. It feels like a bore, a chore. It feels like a pain in the ass. You're working with people that you just can't stand, right? So it's like going through this workshop is really going to allow you to lift those mindset blocks, and really to just get through those, go to the other side, and really just get to a point where you can show up authentically as yourself. It's okay to do that. It's okay to get paid to do that. And you're going to be able to create things a lot easier in a lot less time and having way more fucking fun doing it. So let me pull this up here. So for those of you who didn't catch the post this morning, you can go check it out. It's the pinned post in the Facebook group Babes in Business. So really what it is, I mean, we're doing this on October 24th, okay? So 24th of October, and yes, there's a recording, so don't worry if you can't be there live. We will have a recording for you. And really, so this is what is gonna happen, okay? So number one, you're gonna walk away with the tools that you need to show up as you. I don't mean like physical tools, but the mindset tools, the online tools and spaces that you need to be in order to show up as you. And then it's that fear as well and that resistance. We're going to kick those to the curb as well, because when you have those fears of, oh, well, what if they don't like me, or what if they think this about me, or what if this happens or that happens or whatever, and you have these fears, that is going to stop you from actually going out there and taking action. And that action is what is going to bring you into alignment, get you into that kind of business where you really, really, really love what you do, and you love waking up every day and sharing your message with the world, and you get paid to do so, and it doesn't even feel like work anymore. Because right now it probably feels like work. You probably get up and you're like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, and it's like you might as well be in a 9 to 5, right? Because you're fucking dreading it. You can't wait till you get to the end of your to-do list and you're like, oh, finally I can have a break, right? Like that's not going to happen anymore, right? Like that's the whole reason I'm doing this, is you need to get to that point where everything you do is truly you, authentically 100% you, and you're able to profit from that. And not in like a sleazy, gross salesman type thing, but more of, hey, this is what I believe in, and if you believe in it too, you're gonna follow me and follow my message. And then when people follow you and follow your message, they're gonna wanna buy everything you put out there. So this workshop is going to help you to get to that point, get to that level where you're being yourself, you're getting paid to be you, you're showing up 100% authentically, and people, the right people I should say, are attracted to you because of that and will buy from you over and over again because of that, right? So we're gonna figure out how to kind of get through that resistance that you probably have right now, because if you didn't have this resistance, you'd probably be doing it already and be really successful with it. So there's probably some resistance there. So we'll go through that as well. There's a bunch of different, mindset tricks as well that I can give you that will help you to get into that place of alignment, but also, get to the point where you're working in a way that just feels amazing. And that's really the point that I'm at in my business right now, where it's like, I can't even believe that this is real life sometimes. And sometimes when people ask me, oh, well, where do you work? What do you do? And I can't even really articulate to these people what I do, or I'm just like, I get paid to be me. And they're like, what does that mean? And they think I'm like on drugs or something. So it's like getting to that point in your life where it's like, it just feels incredible. And I can't even tell you how easy it is to get to that point and how amazing it really does feel. So that's a big part of this as well. And then of course you'll have the action plan that you really need to have in place to get out there. Once you've, kicked that fear to the curb, so to speak, and gotten through that resistance piece and gone through the mindset stuff, you're going to need to have an action plan for going out there and being yourself and getting paid to do it, because it may seem very simple, and I guess it kind of is in a way, but there are a few, different things that you need to do and to set in place so that you can be consistent with that and that you can generate cash consistently, impact more lives consistently, reach more people consistently. So that's a big part of it as well. And then you're going to be able to not only have that action plan, but be able to execute that action plan, because I think that's a big issue for people as well, especially when they go through workshops and trainings and coaching, is they get all this information and they don't do anything with it, right? I've been there myself many times. So the whole point is you're going to be able to execute on this plan from day one so that you can start making money right away. That is the whole point of this. So, I mean, I know myself, having gone through this phase of pretending to be somebody that I'm not, and really fucking hating my life and hating my work and hating my clients, and then getting to the point where now I am so in love with my life, I am so in love with my work, I am so in love with my clients that I don't even believe this is real life. I know what that feels like. I know how much better that feels than, you know, putting on a show for people and pretending to be somebody that you're not, and selling things and saying things that you think you need to in order to make money, right? You're going to make way more money when you are authentically you and you're showing up as yourself. So this workshop is going to happen 24th of October. And if you want in, if you know that this is what you need, if you want to show up and get paid to be yourself and nobody else, if you want to learn the tools, the tricks, the strategies, all of that good stuff on how exactly to get into that mindset of being the person you need to be in order to show up as you and not be afraid to do that and to make money doing that, then you need to comment on this post right now and let me know. All you have to say is yes, I'm in, whatever you want, and I'll send you all the details you need to know. I'll send you a little message on everything you need to know on how you get in. And remember too, I'm gonna give bonuses to the first 20 people as well. And this is only for those that are in, that say yes, that take action quickly, and that are ready to do whatever it takes, right? So it's only for those action takers that are going to go out there and do whatever is necessary quickly, making that yes decision. So if that's you, go ahead and put that in. Super special bonuses for my first 20, and I'm going to help you to get to that point where you finally feel like everything finally feels right. Everything finally starts to fall into place. Everything finally starts to feel easy. Because right now it doesn't feel easy. Right now you feel scared. Right now you feel unsure. Right now you feel frustrated. Right now you feel terrified that you're doing it all wrong, that things aren't working out, that maybe you're not cut out for this. You have to get through those mindset blocks that are holding you back. You have to. Because if you don't do that, if you don't move past that, you will never be successful. You will never be happy. And the only thing that is going to happen is you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. You're going to be upset. You're going to be scared all the time. All the time. So you have to take that control back. You have to take that power back and say, no, that's not going to be my life. That's not going to be how I do things. That's not going to be how I show up. That's not going to be how I live my life. That's just not going to happen. You need to get through the mindset shit. You need to get clear on how to actually truly be yourself, because sometimes we don't even know, right? We need an outsider to tell us how to be ourselves. And so this workshop is going to help you with all of those things. So what I want you to do, comment on this post. Let me know if this is what you need, if this is something you're struggling with, if this is something you want to improve. You need to message me or comment on this post and let me know. And either way, regardless, you need to be your fucking self. So please stop putting on a show for us. Please, please, please stop doing that. It's obvious to us. It's obvious to everybody when you are not being yourself. And you will never truly be 100% happy when this is going on. So please be yourself. We want you to be you. You are enough. We know you're enough. You know you're enough. You just need to accept that. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Comment on this post, message me if you want to get in on the workshop and you know it's what you need. Remember, early bird, action takers, first 20 people, super special bonus just for you. Let me know what you need. Message me. Talk to you guys later. Bye.